BMW's onslaught of electric cars in India continues with the launch of this new SUV, the iX1. And this will become BMW's entry car to the electric space, especially here in the Indian market.
Visually, the iX1 looks a lot like the regular X1, and that's probably a good thing because you don't want this to be sort of experimental or different looking in terms of the kind of market you're trying to address. So, very similar face. Of course, you have the little blue around the logo and you have the small I badge here. But besides that, you can't really tell that this is fully electric.
But there was no doubting that fact once I began to drive it.
Having driven the iX, the i4 and the i7 pretty extensively, I can tell you that the focus at BMW i is that all of these cars, first and foremost, drive like a BMW. That's very apparent with the iX1 as well. I mean, this really just feels exactly like an X1, and it has that character that you're looking for, both in terms of the dynamics and also the drive feel.
The India spec iX1 gets a 66.4 kilowatt-hour battery mounted under the floor that provides up to 440 kilometers of range on a single charge. It has a dual motor setup, and the combined output for the all-wheel drive stands at 308 bhp, and you'll get 494 Nm of peak torque from word go.
Okay, now let's try sport mode. Oh, that's quick. That's quick, and that sounds pretty cool too. This is an X-Drive model, and so of course the all-wheel drive capability adds to the dynamics. I am again just reminded how it is exactly like the diesel or the petrol X1 that I've driven, because it's nice how they've tried to sort of calibrate and match it to that, despite the fact that you've got the battery sitting at the bottom, which changes a lot of the drive dynamics on paper. In terms of feel though, it's very, very similar.
But it's a lot different on the inside because, well, there's a lot of tech in here.
The car comes loaded with a lot of kit. You've got the head-up display. You've also got this huge new interface that is becoming standard across all BMW models with the really nice graphics. And you've also got some of the nice tricks that have been carried over from the i7, including all the lovely acoustics for the different drive modes. Let's try it out. Alright, I'm going to go to Expressive. Yep, the Hans Zimmer soundtrack carried over from the i7. Some might call it a gimmick, but you know what? It's very cool. It's very different. Buyers are going to love it. I don't know if you can pick that up, but it always sounds like there's a train locomotive approaching. What's nice is that you also get that sound for the regen that's happening. Now this car is of course fully loaded, so you've also got the massage seats in the front, and there's a fair amount going on in terms of the connectivity and the ADAS as well. Okay, let's try putting this into relax. It's a more calming soundtrack with birds chirping in the background.
And frankly, that relaxed soundtrack was pretty enjoyable. BMW has launched the iX1 in India at 66,90,000 rupees. The competition cars like the Volvo XC40 and C40 Recharge, the Kia EV6, well, they're a few lakh rupees cheaper. And the Hyundai Ioniq 5 is a lot cheaper. Given it's a direct import, that price is not still too bad, though I'd have hoped for 7 lakhs cheaper. Still, the iX1 has an advantage compared to some of its rivals. It's very good when it comes to driving dynamics, but then some of the others have a few more features on offer. The iX1 comes to India as a CBU, as I said, and deliveries will begin by end October. BMW is betting pretty big though on the iX1 in global markets, and you can expect a locally assembled version sometime in 2024. And in India, BMW already tops the charts when it comes to the luxury EV space. With the iX1 coming in at a more affordable price tag relatively speaking, the company is looking to cement its position at the top of that table by covering the more price-appealing end of the Lux market too.